News in a big spot, guys. We are seeing a very beautiful cup and handle structure leading out within this descending channel. We've seen the same setup about 3 months ago lead to a very quick surge to 550 as high as that $7.50 level. That did occur in about 2 weeks, guys. We're seeing a very similar clone-esque setup at this very core consolidation level. Are the bulls going to finally take over and reach these upper price action levels? Or are the short sellers, the bears, going to win within this very important duration, guys? With that being said, my name is Dylan from Dylan's Trades. And always no time today, guys. Getting straight into this technical analysis breakdown. First, going to the weekly, so you can get a very broad bird's eye perspective. Note how these two setups are so identical. Alrighty, guys. So with that being said, we're going to jump to the weekly. Get a very deep perspective within stock price. This is the area where we get our long-term bias. What will happen in the next few months, weeks? All the short-term noise to the side. So as of right now, guys, note how our analysis on NIO remains the same. So first and foremost, we're trading within this descending channel. This has been playing out since around the beginning point of 2024 being this duration. Each one of these weekly candlesticks representing 1 week once again. So we've been in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 week consolidation, very, very tight. Could say 4.5 being that this edge of this week was towards the end. But nonetheless, we've seen a tight 4.5 week consolidation, guys, at this level right under this big descending channel. And that's been the story, guys. Whenever we get to this level, we'll sit here very, very patiently for 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eventually, on the 10th week, we start to pull down and reject. We use this big magnet-like energy to hold on to, and then we start to teeter away from it. Then we come to the next magnet zone. Being this bottom of this descending channel, we bounce up, and we've been doing this for quite some time. We did see a cup and handle structure, which we hinted on the daily. Printed out to this level with a 1, 2 week pause, break over. So we did see a breakout over here. We ended up pulling back very, very hard back into this channel. And since then, we've been respecting it. We have not gone over that level since September of 2024. So we reject week after week, pulling down, eventually rejecting the top once again, coming to the floor. Coming to the floor once again. And the story on NIO as of right now is that we are right underneath the top of this magnet structure, and stock price is currently sticking to this, attempting to get that breakout. And if we see a close over, we could see a very quick movement. I think it's very appropriate, guys, to take the exact same setup as we imagined. Once again, now we have more marination. The stock price has had more time to build energy within this channel, desperately wanting to make a move either way, with either up or down. Seeing this very obvious, setup. If we get that clone trend movement within this last setup, we could be easily targeting, guys. Once again, notice how that perfectly lines up with that $7 level. I think it's very live for a $7 price target for NIO coming into the next few weeks, but we need to see what happens at the top of this consolidation, guys. I think there's a lot of nice things to be seen as far as a very, more intricate perspective with NIO. But say stock price doesn't get over these highs, we're likely to fade off for eventually finding a floor, and getting that breakout may become a few months down the line. But as of now, it does appear this is going to happen soon. We've had these very thin candles at the bottom of this descending channel. To a textbook, consolidation 1, 2, 3, 4, collecting buyers to eventually get over these highs. So same thing has been true over the last few weeks, guys. We just got to watch to see where this consolidation goes. If we see the buyers start to step up over these highs and really get over that $5 level, and finally that $5.10 level, which we've been mentioning for a few weeks, we could see that upside. And we've seen a lot of hip hop activity, hence these candles on the weekly going down, 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 ending up. Down, 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 ending up, down, 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 and once again on the weekly now ending up. So this means guys. Once again, the sellers have been taking a stab, but the buyers have been dominating these sessions. So holding very, very tight, getting that spring loading like effect, that energy underneath this core level. It's a very, very good look, because if you do see the close over the top, you've had 5 weeks of accumulation to get that very quick pop to 550 very quick, and then eventually building to these upper levels being $6.30 and $7. Really do feel like $7 is very, very, just makes a lot of sense, guys. Even if we get a one range movement within these lows to these highs, once we break out of this range, assuming we do, notice how that lines up somewhere around that $7 region. So a lot of, indicators and gauges for where this thing can go will lead to that level. We've also seen another descending channel not too long ago. Very, very overextended to the downside. We get within this tight channel, and we didn't play out for quite so long. We didn't have quite as much energy, but when we broke over it, we had a quick movement, guys, within a 47% squeeze. So we're looking at a setup here where we could see an identical clone to what happened in that August range within 2024, where we quickly short squeeze. So on the daily analysis, guys, we have been covering NIO since these lower levels being within this very nice tight pocket. We did expect to see that breakout, send the official breakout alert on the channel within this highlighted candle. Since that $3.30 break around that rough level, we have moved up very, very drastically, 45%. And I think we could see a same clone movement within that, potentially giving into a bull flag continuation. Stock price makes a parabolic movement out of this very nice structure we spotted. There's a lot more, right? There's an hourly range. There's a lot of energy building to this level. So we make a 45% movement parabolically before getting very disciplined, pulling back within this pretty nice flag that has been forming for about 20 or so days. Right at the bottom, flipping back to the weekly within this weekly descending channel, guys, right at that level. When you see a lot of core factors on the daily, weekly, hourly, all these minute perspectives and medium term leading out right beneath the long term, you know that over that level, guys, we get a multi confirmation. So straight away, that is very, very prevalent with NIO. If we could finally see the the follow through and some push over this $5 level, once you get a little bit over that $5.10 level, start to really start to separate itself from this $5 big psychological and hard number level, then we could see that next surge, guys, on the weekly play out, this weekly trigger, start to break out, push up into $7 in the long term, probably, right? Very high probability as of now. We'll continue to moderate. Now flipping back to the daily to break out of this very nice cup and handle structure, which has been forming, which we noted in the beginning of the video. You could say a bull flag as well, but nonetheless, guys, you're seeing a very obvious sharp downtrend in the consolidation with a very sharp, nice movement up quickly, guys, very healthy into a very tight channel. If broken above, once again, all these measurements, we should have a multi-time frame confirmation to see. Potentially a very nice setup. Going over the daily, the last thing we want to note is that we've seen the same setup not too long ago. We're within this descending channel. On the daily, we started to get very, very tight underneath this weekly descending channel with a bull flag. We broke over it on the first day with a lot of volatility. This was the breakout candle before pulling back for one more day, attempting to go a little bit below or kind of filling that gap. And then we bounced off this level and then euphorically retested these highs. Once over this highs, guys, you get a really nice break. Once again, we're breaking out of this weekly descending channel, setting out the last high and this cup and handle. We've seen a quick movement up. So, I'm not saying that we're going to have that quick movement up, guys, this quick, where stock price goes 37% within, 1, 2, 3, 4 days. But I wouldn't be shocked at all to see a nice, 40% movement within the next few weeks, perhaps taking a trend, something like this. Something like this. I really think that $6 test from a short-term perspective is very, very predictable. But going very, very deep to the next $7 level, it does make more sense from a long-term analysis, but we are looking at the weekly candles. So just to see one of these candles takes 1 week. So we could be building in that level, $7 for quite some time. But if we take this, take the corner here and get that positive stride over that descending channel, a nice break within the yearly descending channel after being overextended has proved to be very nice and quick upside, hence in the past. So the daily and the weekly look very, very good, guys. Not much has changed within our last video. We've just seen, once again, these buyers, man, be relentless. We did drop below this support level with these highlighted durations. Very key level around that 440 zone, that 450. And we went a little bit below it, not looking hot, gapping down from news, a very bad news to take us out of the top. This flag, very unlucky timing. The technicals did set up, though. Right, we had a hard day, not looking so hot here, guys. Attempted to go up higher, needed to go a little bit lower, double backing the support, going a little bit beneath it with the bear trap and squeeze. So a little bit of continuation over this nice, strong, abnormal wide bar. Recovering phenomenally, guys. We could see the breakout. I do believe each and every single time we attempt the top of this bull flag, it really is getting imminent, guys. And centering back to the weekly, this is a 4.5 week consolidation. So nonetheless, guys, we're going to look at the hourly candles. This is the last step of the analysis to get a very short-term gauge within the next 1 to 2 days, next 3 or 4 days. Sometimes it's more long-term, but we want to focus on the perspective, and this is a short-term one. So we've seen the respect within this bull flag, guys. Obviously, these lower highs being set, pushing down, lower high, not significantly lower. Very healthy channel, guys. Not really regressing too much in price, but also setting these lower lows. But nonetheless, guys, you just see very strong activity by the buyers at this floor. And despite seeing, once again, a very negative gap down, stock price gaps down from news, they recovered well. So bad news doesn't even matter too much in this instance. It's always a good sign to see. And yeah, we just seen a lot of nice tight ranges held at this level. Another mini range over here, breaking over the top prematurely with a nice gap up. Now it just seems we're going to go test the top of this channel. We'll see what happens. If we reject that 490 range and the top of this descending channel, would make sense maybe go a little bit lower and chop around within this structure, maybe form a bull flag with this intense parabolic surge. But nonetheless, guys, we're just going to be waiting on the hourly to see how we react to the top of this channel, because as of now, making any other prediction until we get to this very big market point, being this rough 490 range, it would be unwise. We do have that $5 level as well. So all in all, guys, NIO is in a very core spot. It does appear each and every day that stock price is building at this level. It gets it's getting sooner and sooner until that breakout. But we're trading in a yearly descending channel, getting ready to break out, looking, incredibly similar to the, August and September breakout we've seen not too long ago, with a very nice cup and handle on the daily, and on the hourly, we're coming up to test this bull flag. So all in all, guys, keep an eye on that $5 level, that $4.90 level, and as of now, guys, from a short term, if we start to dip, there's not a lot of things we want to keep an eye on. As long as stock price is still, trading this flag, we're likely just to come down a little bit before bouncing. It could be any duration. If you guys found any value in the video today, consider dropping a sub and a like. We will be covering NIO continually about 1 to 2 times per week. Appreciate you guys making this point of the video, man. Have a good day. Take care. Trade smart, and peace.